Gangsta had everything, then vanished. This is from Josepu. Josepu? I don't know how to say this guy's channel name. This is the first video that I've ever watched by this guy, so yeah, will he get the like from King Jiffy Codes, or will he get never watched on the channel again? We will find out today. Let's get right into it.
In 2015, an anime aired that felt different. It wasn't about high schoolers or magical powers. It was raw, violent, and deeply human. A story about broken people surviving in a broken world. And it was called Gangster.
Dude, why haven't I seen this? This should be on my recommended on Crunchyroll. What are you doing, Crunchyroll? I mean, I do watch a lot of slop as well. I mean, I kind of like balance it out between cool stuff and slop constantly because I've just kind of given up on regular media for some reason. I get too annoyed. I keep getting more and more jaded by modern writing and crap, that it's instead of sitting here and like complaining about it 24/7 like losers like the Quartering and a lot of these other goonbags do, I just find a new media to jump into. And when anime starts annoying me in that regard, I will figure something else out. It's just like I'm gonna consistently keep moving. The thing right now that works for me with anime and what's so cool is because there's endless catalog of stuff that I've never touched before. And with movies and stuff, I've seen so many and I've gone down so many rabbit holes that I'm just kind of like caught up, you know. I spent like all of my high school and college watching old movies, and now that I've like gotten closer to the modern era, I started to notice like after about 2015 or 2014 to 2015, it's just started going. Obviously after 2016, but I started noticing a sharp decline in writing quality, and it just got so insufferable that I just can't do it anymore.
For a brief moment, Gangsta stood out as a rare, adult-oriented anime, with rich world-building, grounded characters, and themes of trauma, subjugation, addiction, and survival. But just as quickly as it arrived, it was gone. Fallen to the wayside, with the rest of the failed anime on the seasonal shelf. But that wasn't fair. Gangsta was special. 10 years ago, Gangsta aired in 2015, from July 2nd to September 24th. It was produced by Manglobe, a studio known for other stylistic and unconventional titles like
Samurai Champloo is so good. I haven't finished it, but it's so freaking good what I've seen of it. It's just so stylized that I can't keep my eyes off of it, dude. I'm just bricked up the whole time.
Samurai Champloo, or Ego Proxy. It debuted with it.
That one I've been trying to get into too, but I keep falling asleep. The Ergo Proxy or whatever.
Its mature tone, stylistic violence, and unique setting. However, its sales didn't reflect that. The DVD and Blu-ray sales averaging fewer than 2,000 copies per volume, which is below even the breaking point for most anime productions. It did perform very well on streaming platforms like Funimation and Crunchyroll, gaining a cult following, especially outside of Japan, the very way I came across it. However, a year went by and no word on a second season. This was a surprise, considering the cliffhanger ending it left on. Then the next year, and the next, until 10 entire years go by. It took a decade for me to want to look for an answer. The manga it's based on is still ongoing, but has been on and off hiatus since 2015 due to Koshi's chronic illness. Despite the slow pace, she has expressed continued interest in finishing the story. The manga goes far beyond the anime's plot and delves deeper into politics of Ergastelum, the history of Twilights, and the characters' pasts. Among the fan base, it's considered the definitive way to enjoy.
Well, and it seems like they haven't canceled.
And the mysterious group of people that have so many different names, butterflies, tags, but mainly we call them Twilights. It was a show that was able to blend substance and captivating fights without needing all the flash we see from modern anime. The setting was captivating, thanks mainly due to the inclusion of Twilight, humans who have enhanced physical abilities, thanks mainly to the generations of exposure to the drug Celebrator. They wear dog tags, which physically display their rank and combat ability. Despite this, they're often viewed as dangerous, subhuman, a stigma that is best displayed by our four main families who run the city. The Monroe family, led by Monroe Dawn. They maintain power through strength and discipline, heavily involved in using Twilights as controlled assets. Although they make use of Twilights, Loretta Cristiano, head of the Cristiano family, is actually sympathetic to Twilights. Loretta inherited leadership at a young age and aims to protect Twilights as civilians from abuse. They work closely.
So she's based. She's cool.
With the next family, the Pakili Guild. They act as neutral overseers and enforcers of the 3 laws that govern Twilights.
Bro, she got them saggy boobies, bro. She got them sags.
For maintaining the status quo to prevent chaos, essentially trying to balance the system rather than profit from it. Then the final family, the Corsica family. They're the most ruthless and power-hungry of all 4 families. The Corsica family want to dominate Ergastelum by eliminating rival families and taking out the Twilights that live there. Which is even worse when you know the Twilights that live there are forced to live in Ergastelum. Twilights are not allowed to live freely outside of Ergastelum. They are either hunted, experimented on, or used as weapons if they try to leave. This is easily controlled because of their dependency on Celebraer to survive. It stabilizes their condition and prevents mental and physical breakdown. The supply is controlled by the 4 families and the city's black market, meaning Twilights are literally dependent on Ergastelum, the 4 families.
Bro, this is an incredible idea, dude. This is such an interesting concept. It really makes me think of like worlds like Dread, but this is like the build up to what a world like Dread would be. So it's like that precursor of what we will eventually become, and I think that's really cool.
And Celebraer to survive. However, as I mentioned, they did create the 3 laws to ensure Twilights do not take control of Ergastelum and create havoc in the city. And if you know the 3 laws of robotics, they're going to sound familiar. Firstly, a Twilight must never harm an ordinary civilian. A Twilight must obey orders given by an authorized human, essentially their slave master. A Twilight may protect their own existence as long as it does not conflict with the original 2 laws. They are not protected, but controlled. The laws do not exist to safeguard Twilights, they exist to keep them in check. Twilights are treated like property or weapons, stripped of autonomy and expected to obey.
Mad unfortunate, dude. Mad unfortunate. I do not like that society setup, bro. We should treat everyone equally, dude. Everybody should be everybody should be like treated like dope, dude. We shouldn't be mean to people. Like, oh no, you got the schmiggle-biggle disease, bro. So now we're gonna put you in like a weird little camp. Nah. I don't like that type of fascism shit.
Or be erased. Nowhere is this more evident in our main 2 leads. Nicholas Brown, a rank A0 Twilight. Nick stands near the top of the combat hierarchy, his dog tags marking him as one of the most dangerous beings in the city. Twilight's ranks range from low D levels to elite A0s like Nick, with rank determining both combat ability and how strictly they're monitored. But rank doesn't mean freedom, it means scrutiny, expectations, and a target on his back. Nick is also deaf and addicted to the very drug that gives him power, and constantly towing the line between asset and threat. However, he doesn't get into too much trouble because there's someone watching his back. Orc is a former noble turned mercenary who's as quick with a pistol as he is with his smirk. He has a superhuman ability all his own, but it's not Twilight based. It's a natural gift. He has something I like to call superior eidetic memory, which allows him to remember everything he sees, hears, smells, tastes, down to the finest detail.
Well, that's dope. What a convenient way to win every trivia game you ever want to play, dude.
Together, they form the Bentria, which translates to hardware store. So, in English translation, really, they're the handyman. This duo takes on dirty work no one else is willing to do, given to them by police or some of the 4 families. But their bond runs deeper than business. It's tied.
Dude, their blood bond runs deeper than water because it's blood and it's thick and goopy. They have like good man on man sexy time.
To violence, a shared bloody past that left both men scarred and inseparable in more than one way. Their story is like Ergastelum itself. It's one of survival in a system designed to chew them up and spit them out. One of the things I truly admire about Gangsta is how becoming a Twilight isn't treated like some typical power-up, because you're born with it, and because it's non-consensual. It comes with a heavy cost. Twilights don't just gain enhanced abilities, their lifespan is drastically shortened, with many not living past.
Dude, mad unfortunate. I honestly, if it was like I had to be like addicted to some like sort of super drug that made me like really cool and powerful, but also meant that I was gonna be like dead in a few years, I probably wouldn't stay on it. And then it's like, well, you'll die without it. It'd be like, well, I mean, I'm gonna either die in a few years or die tomorrow because I don't have it. I don't want to be like dependent on this shit. I don't want to be like fucking slapping people's penis every 2 seconds just for my next hit. That sounds awful.
Past the age of 30 due to the immense physical strain their bodies endure. On top of that, Twilights often suffer from debilitating physical conditions, either caused by the drug celebrator or passing down through generations of exposure. Take Nicholas, for example. He is one of the most powerful Twilights that we see in the show, ranked A0, although it is said that it isn't his real rank. He's managed to claim that tag for himself, but he's also deaf. He can speak in short bursts, but his lack of hearing makes communication and combat uniquely challenging, and yet the story doesn't treat his deafness as a gimmick. It's an integral part of how he interacts.
Which is nice. Which is really nice, dude. I really like a piece of media that's able to relay a disability without it being like an annoying part of the story, right? It's like, well, we gotta like show how we put this in. No. It's so important that it becomes an entire story and focal point. It's like, nah, it's just a part of this guy. It's just he's living with it. Everybody around knows about it, but it's just like a part of who he is. So it's not like people are acting different or like lecturing you on the importance of deafness and like acknowledging them. It's really nice when a story's just like, yeah, this is just the shit that is, and we don't need to fucking talk about it because it exists and you can see it, we can see it, let's move the fuck on. I really like when a story's able to do that.
The world. It shapes his perspective, his relationships, even the pacing of certain scenes. It's rare to see a deaf protagonist in a battle-heavy anime, and even rarer to see it handled with this level of nuance and respect. While other anime...
Well, it's not even an anime, dude. I'm fucking being 100% real. You know how often I'm so sick of watching a show where it's like, I have a disability. I'm going to give you the entire history of this disability and why I suffer from so much persecution. Do you want to hear about my persecution? Oh, let me just self-flatulate for a bit. Oh, yeah. Now do you get it? Oh, God, it's so fucking insufferable, dude. It's such a little like cum gobbling way to write, and it's so annoying when it's like, dude, you can just write the character as dope as fuck. Just write the character like you would write them if they didn't have the disability, but just have that be a part of them. It'll be fucking dope. Well, you'll be like, oh, dude, yeah, no, it's like I was deaf or whatever, but it was so cool that like he was like, they'll talk about how cool it is that he's deaf. That's like a part of how cool he is now. And that's cooler to me than you fucking explaining why it's cool. Just show me he's fucking cool.
Like Silent Voice explored deafness beautifully in a dramatic context. Gangster weaves it seamlessly into a grittier narrative, and that's something I've never seen done in an anime, let alone done this well.
I don't want you getting the wrong idea, alright? To take, one must first give. If you don't let me and Warwick have what we want for once, I worry the next head I separate from my body might be yours.
The woman in question is called Alex, and she's a former prostitute who becomes their secretary. The secretary for the handyman. She's introduced as a side character in the beginning, but Alex quickly becomes central to the story. Not because she's a strong fighter, because, well, she isn't, but because she brings empathy and stability to a world soaked in...
Also, they needed a hot character, because let's be honest, it's anime, so they needed some fucking fan service, so they threw her in there. I'm just kidding. That was like super misogynistic or whatever. I don't really give a shit, but like... Like, that's like what all anime does is like, wow, we got too many dicks. We need some clits. So let's bring in a chick with big boobs.
Violence and trauma, which her background speaks to. After being freed from her abusive pimp by Warwick and Nico, Alex joins them, slowly rebuilding her sense of self. She's haunted by lost memories because of the drugs her pimp was making her take, constantly suffering from hallucinations and the emotional scars of exploitation.
I do like when they put in like an attractive character, right? Like they do in all anime, and it's not just to have an attractive character though. It is nice that they actually build on top of it and make like a decently well-rounded like character with decent perspectives. I do hate when any show's just like, yeah, check out this fucking bimbo we added. Doesn't she have nice fucking tits and ass? Well, isn't that great? It's like, yeah, but what else is cool about her? Nothing. She's just there. She's there so her towel can slip sometimes and she can go, eh. It's like, all right, we got the fucking cum goblins who still live in their parents' basement to come. So, well, let's go back to the main story. It's like, dude, give them a little bit more.
Through her eyes were explained and witnessed the true brutality of her gastelum, but also the humanity that lies within. Alex isn't just there for emotional support, she shows true strength of her own, defending those she cares about, trying to reclaim her life, and refusing to be the victim to anyone. She's one of the few characters who treats Twilights like people, not as weapons. Especially Nico, as although she's...
Let's go, dude. She's dope. She's dope as fuck. That's what a win. What a win. We finally have somebody dope as fuck.
Lived in her gastelum for years, she doesn't even know what Twilights are. And that connection gives her a quiet yet powerful presence in the show. She acts as our narrative vehicle. Another standout element in Gangster is that it leans into moral complexity. Look, there's no true hero or villain here. It's just people trying to survive in a broken system. Whether it's the mafia families enforcing order, the Twilights being exploited as a tool, or the Benraya doing dirty work to keep the peace. Everyone is morally compromised. It's a world of blurred lines. There's loyalty, there's survival, but most important, there's personal justice. That type of grounded storytelling was a breath of fresh air in a genre.
Well, and this is why so many people are like drawn to Monster too, because of like Monster's ability to make everything feel so much more grounded. And that's like a problem with a lot of anime, is it's just so over the top that when you get into it, you're just like, yeah, no, this is just fucking cartoony and wild, and it's cool, but it's not really grounded. And I think that's what, like, at least for me, when I watch Berserk, even though it's a dark fantasy, it just has so many hugely impactful grounded moments that I wasn't ready for. I really wasn't. So when I got to like the disbanding of the Hawk, or like the death of the Hawk, or whatever it's called, and I saw him become the demon and do what he did to Akaska, and it was just all these moments where it hits so much harder because of how much more grounded grounded in just like dark, gritty reality feeling that Berserk was, that it hits so much harder, and it became just this like profound piece of media for me. And I feel like Monster had the same effect for a lot of people. Now, I haven't watched Monster myself. I know I've covered it a lot on this channel. Eventually I will watch the movie, but it's stuff like this that I think sets itself apart, and it kind of sucks that this doesn't end up getting garnering a bigger appeal.
Often defined by clear-cut good versus evil narratives. Gangster was created by Koshide, a Japanese mangaka known for her sharp style and gritty noir storytelling. But just like her characters, she faced incredible challenges. She revealed she was battling a chronic autoimmune disease known as SLE. This debilitating condition caused her joint pain, fatigue, and serious long-term.
Damn, bro. Mad unfortunate. Mad fucking unfortunate. That's probably why she hasn't made any new chapters since like 2018. This fucking sucks, dude. What a fucking unfortunate D20 roll.
Health issues, a story all too common with mangaka. Due to the worsening symptoms, the manga went on frequently extended hiatuses. At times, she was unable to draw for months or even years. Her illness drastically impacted the series' momentum. While she remained passionate about her story, she simply couldn't produce the chapters at a consistent pace. Gangsta fans had to wait and wait and wait. The manga would eventually return in spurts, with assistance from other artists, but even now it remains unfinished. Despite everything, she continues to engage with her fans when possible, showing love for the world she created. Her situation adds a bittersweet layer to Gangsta, a series that explores pain, survival, and resilience, not just on page, but behind the scenes as well. She remains as a respected figure, at least in my eyes, but I'd like to think in the greater manga community. But her health challenges have made Gangsta a slow, burning legacy, rather than a glorious, completed saga. However,
Yeah, no, that kind of sucks, dude. That kind of sucks that she was put in such a like a terrible situation. So I want to get this out of the way. I recently watched a video on Red, right? A manga about like Native Americans, and I think this is handled how to approach a lot of these serious issues and stuff so much better than his video on Red, which kind of sucks because like as much as I respect the Masked Man and really like what he does, he's the one who recommended that video to me in one of his videos, and I didn't like it was fine, it was an okay video, but it harped a lot, it fucking complained a lot. And so when I see this and I see the way that he's broken it down and he's like putting the importance of the character dynamics, every time I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about how this does this so perfectly, and I'm just so immersed in wanting to know more about the story. I want to know more about the artist and the background and what's going on. But in the opposite end of the spectrum, we had fucking let's talk about 1880s politics and feel bad because of America or whatever. Like, this is just a way better look and a way better breakdown of like the entire kind of like catalog of story of what's going on with this anime, the production of it, why it doesn't exist anymore, the author. I feel like there's so many different directions it's going in, and it's just keeping me engaged because it's not harping on only one aspect over and over and over again.
that really shouldn't have affected.
I feel like if the guy who made the Red video would have made this, he would have still be telling me about the cultural imbalance of deaf people in society.
The anime. The anime still had lots of material to work with. The issue with the anime was the production. The production studio behind Gangster, Man Global, officially declared bankruptcy on September 29th, just a few weeks after Gangsta had finished airing. The studio had accumulated over 35 million yen in debt, about 3 million.
Fuck, man. Damn, that's unfortunate, dude. Like, I feel like this shit could have been cut off right away, saying that it was never getting a second season because the whole thing was fucking bankrupt.
USD. And the financial collapse was sudden and severe. This effectively killed any hope of a second season, regardless of fan demand. Manglobe was known for producing stylish, mature anime with cult followings, but not necessarily big commercial hits. Alongside Gangsta, several other projects were shortcut and left unfinished, including Dead.
Dude. No, Dead Man was a part of them? I just watched that recently. It's so fucking good. I'm never gonna get a second season of Dead Man? Are you fucking kidding me?
Man's Wonderland. Plan on making a video on sometime because it is divine. It's
dude, what the fuck? I didn't know. I just like, so I watch an anime and then I like shut my mind off and I like move on, right? I move on and I wait till my watch later tells me that it started adding more episodes. I didn't realize that Dead Man Wonderland was done, dude. This is tragic. This is fucking tragic, dude. I might never be happy again. What the fuck?
For its unique prison system that many other shows took inspiration from, it still ended without adapting the full manga. Another well-known anime is Samurai Champloo. Samurai Champloo's reputation speaks for itself. However, when it initially aired, it didn't translate to high profits. Manglobe consistently, genuinely pushed boundaries, but their high-risk choices often didn't pay off financially. Without the support of big licensors or hit-level merchandise, the studio couldn't recover, and when it went under, the rights to the show, like Gangsta, became tangled up in red tape, making it harder for other companies.
Dude, wait, like, is Dead Man Wonderland coming back? Come on, dude. Come on. Will it happen? Will it happen? Come on, dude. Come on. Come here. Let's pull this up, dude. I was really liking this. As of right now, Dead Man 1 has not been received an official announcement. However, according to sources, it might debut in 2023 or 2024. Did they get a season? They didn't get a season 2. That didn't happen. Well, that's unfortunate. So I don't know, dude. sucks, dude. That sucks. Maybe we won't get it. But I mean, the fact that Wino season 2, I know that place is shut down, but this one seems to have a lot more chances. Oh no, it is canceled. Well, that fucking sucks. This sucks, dude. What a bummer. This video became an absolute bummer. I thought this was gonna be cool. Like, this is just depressing at this point.
Is to even try to pick them up. This is terrible. Despite its gripping world, mature storytelling, and standout characters, Gangsta was ultimately a victim of circumstances beyond its narrative. While it premiered to solid hype in the summer of 2015 and had a strong opening episode, the series quickly began to suffer from production issues. Visible in stiff animation and reused shots and off-model character art later in the season. But these weren't just artistic choices, they were a symptom of this deeper problem. Maniglove was already in financial...
Dude, and yet Naruto got all of its fucking seasons and that shit's trash. Naruto is garbage. 7 Deadly Sins got finished and that shit was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Fuck this, dude. This is depressing, dog.
Trouble by the time the anime aired. Mounting debts, scheduling issues...
Brother, I can't get over the fact that fucking Naruto got finished and it's dog shit and they're doing Boruto, which is dog shit. And yet I don't get all this cool... I don't get Dead Man Wonderland Season 2. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Issues causing the studio to collapse in just weeks after Gangsta ended its run, crushing any hope of a second season to follow, and just radio silence in return. Even though Gangsta had a strong potential, the poor production quality, especially in its second half, hurt fans' reputations. And it didn't generate the DVD or merch sales that it needed to offset the studio losses. Combine that with the anime's slower pacing and unfinished story, and it was left in a precarious spot. Too expensive.
Dude, we're gonna look at all their shit right now. I know, this is like a really good video. We're gonna look through their shit right now, dude. Let's see. Okay, that's garbage. I don't know what that is. Like Aero Proxy, I haven't finished that yet. I finished this recently. It was incredible, dude. Don't know that one. Oh god, dude, that looks like, dude, that's hard drive checking material if you watch that. Unlimited, I haven't watched this. This looks kind of tight though. Carnival, haven't seen that. Okay. And then Gangster. Okay, so luckily nothing else is on the list that would have me like absolutely heartbroken that it didn't finish, bro. Like, nothing is like gonna like absolutely punch my dick back into my body and turn it into a vagina. So that's good, I guess, dude. It's still unfortunate that this is the situation we're in, but at least it's only a couple that I find, because like I've only seen like 3 of their anime. Or no, I've only I've only seen 3. So 2 of them I haven't finished, but Samurai Champloo I haven't finished. Ego Proxy I haven't finished, and then Ergo Proxy, and then the last one is Dead Man Wonderland, which I have finished.
To continue, yet too messy for other studios to jump in right away. It's a case of everything going wrong at once, and the show, like many Twilights within its story, are left discarded, not for a lack of strength or a lack of character, but because the system itself failed it.
Dude, could you imagine if like Mappa or like one of these other, like, what is that one that Mappa does, dude? There's one that I fucking hate this show, dude. It's I love Mappa too. I think they make some really good shows, but they have one. Let's go here, dude. They have one that's just dog shit that recently came out. This one, dude. This shit is fucking awful. This shit is so bad, dude. This shit is like one of the worst shows I've ever seen in my life. The first episode made me laugh, right? The first level episode made me laugh, so I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And then after that, dude, I can't. This shit's garbage. This main character sucks way too bad. Like, here's the thing. ReZero, right? ReZero has a main character that's pretty insufferable for a while, but I felt like he kept having these moments of redeeming qualities. This motherfucker has zero redeeming qualities. This is a dog shit show. But we're making this instead of Gangster. We're making this instead of Dead Man Wonderland. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Burn this shit. Shut it down. Nobody needs another season of this. I'm sorry if you're a fan of that. No, I'm not sorry if you're a fan of that. Fuck you. You're dumb if you like this. It's garbage, dude. This guy should have been the main character. He's actually interesting. He's actually relatable. This guy's a fucking loser. He sucks. He's uninteresting. He's a garbage main character. We have that, but I'm not getting another season of Dead Man Wonderland. This is me crashing out, boys. Everybody's always like trying to wait for a King Jiffy crash out. This is a fucking King Jiffy crash out, baby. We got fucking Bokagiri still probably getting another season. But we're not getting another season of Dead Man Wonderland. Get out of here, my dude. Get out of here. Bokagiri needs to never run again. Never run again. It's garbage. Like, Mappa could have done this shit and got instant eyes on it. Instant eyes on it. But these guys do it and it gets just fucking, like, shit on with diarrhea cheeks. This was an incredible video. This was so good. This guy gets a like and a subscribe, bro. Way better than the red video. Way better than the red video. Yeah, like, even though I crashed out on this one, like, I didn't feel like I crashed out on the red one. The red one I got annoyed on. I definitely got annoyed and I got a little heated because I'm just so sick of white guilt in the world. Like, it's just so gay. It's so gay and cringe, and I just feel like we harp on it too much, and I felt like the video was kind of a vehicle of that. Now, it wasn't 100% jaded in that way, but it was a vehicle of it. This was just an incredible breakdown of everything about it, and I think that, and obviously they're different creators, they have different styles, they have different viewpoints, and that's kind of the wonderful thing about YouTube is you're going to have so many styles, so many viewpoints, and so many different people trying to make shit. But this guy is so good. He's so fucking good at what he does. That is an incredible video. I love this guy's video. So, like, dude, it's like, I don't know, dude. I just I'm gonna be watching more of this guy's shit on the channel. I think he's incredible. I'm brokenhearted because I don't get more. I don't get more great love of I don't get more like great anime like the fucking Dead Man Wonderland. It does suck, but at least I found a cool channel to to like have fun with. Oh, here's a good one, dude. I'm gonna put this in save watch later. Good writing isn't everything. Solo leveling proves it. Like, I solo leveling is fucking awesome, dude. We're gonna see how much I disagree. But well, actually, this one's even more. I'm gonna add this to watch later. Yeah, this guy, make sure to go to subscribe to this guy, dude. He's fucking awesome. I'm a huge fan of this guy already, dude. He's a smash hit. He's going to be a fucking massive hit. Me and him are on like the same level of like power scaling on YouTube. I've already seen like the Izuke one, and it's not just because she has a nice ass, bro. This, I think it's, this actually would be a good one to watch eventually, would be Anime's Most Creative Isekai. I really do like that show as well. That's one I've watched. But here we go. There we go, guys. I think I've added in some good ones of him. I think this was an incredible video. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. And make sure to like and subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next one.